Today I thought we could go over my Moblin top 10 features that I really like, and I'm sure there's a few I have left out. So after going through my list, if you have a couple of features that I haven't mentioned, I'd love to know what they are and how you're using them. So screen capture I've got as number one. The very reason why you're able to see what I'm looking at, I have some widgets, one of them being a screen capture screen capture widget. And in my live streams, I actually have this up quite a lot. So next up, I have portrait mode. I've got it as a quick button here in Moblin. Moblin will switch from being in portrait mode to landscape. That's my number two. For number three, I've got merge chat. In order to have merge chat, you need to go into the settings. Then you'll see here streaming platforms. I've logged into Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. I've signed into all of those three platforms. When I look at my chat, which would be either with this quick button or on the home screen of the app, then all those messages, regardless of the platform, they're just going to be in one place. Related to merge chat is nicknames. So for example, I might have someone who pops into my chat regularly. They say, oh no, please call me this. And it could be completely different from their username. This can also correct the way that a TTS pronounces that username. For number five, Moblin chatbot commands and aliases. So if we go back to settings, you'll see there are some commands. Couple that I use. Let's see, you'll want to go through this list. Moblin snapshot, which we're going to talk about in a bit, exclamation mark Moblin stream stop, and then I'll use the other command, which is Moblin stream start. So they can often fix any kind of issues you may be having with your stream. Maybe the audio and the video are out of sync. They can fix things. Now if you're wondering, some of these commands seem quite long. There's aliases. So what you can do for that is you can shorten some of those longer Moblin chatbot commands. As for example, we've got exclamation mark Moblin snapshot. I've shortened that to MoPick. I mean, that could be just pick. Number six, I've got predefined messages as a quick button along the bottom. Basically anything that you would type, you can create as a predefined message. Now the way I'm using this are chat commands, but these could be things that you write often in chat. Could be emojis, it could be, I don't know, whatever, messages that you would write. Those first couple of chat commands I use to control OBS, whether it is my one at home or if it is on a service like Streamable, where they have their own chatbot commands. Sort of related to all this is text-to-speech. You would assume that all of these go together, but not necessarily. You might have a system which gives you merge chat but doesn't necessarily read those messages out to you. Moblin combines all these things, so a whole bunch of options there. How fast it reads messages. You can pause between messages. You can have it say a person's username. We've got filters. This filter, it is enabled. I do want to be able to read messages from my bot but not have it read it out to me. For number eight, I've got Moblin snapshot, which enables you to take a photo or snapshot of whatever is your current camera. Now if we go into snapshot, these snapshots, they won't have any widgets shown in the snapshot when they are shared. I've got a webhook set up so that the snapshot is sent to my Discord. You need to create a webhook on your Discord for this to work. You can have it so that it only shares those snapshots when you are actually live. Next up, I've got the draw feature. Now this is available as a quick button as well, and it's just a fun thing that you can do. I'm going to have to change my screen to landscape. I don't think it works in portrait, so things are going to look a bit sideways. Basically, it gives you the ability to draw on your screen. Perhaps if you're trying to demonstrate something, sometimes I've been trying to describe my various setups. That's pretty unique. I haven't seen that maybe in any app. And then while we're at it, I'm just going to show you where quick buttons are. We'll go into the settings, display, quick buttons at the very top. And then this is where you can go through the list. My list will be in a different order from yours, I think. So this is where you'll be able to look through. There is draw. I'll just turn that on and off. So they'll just get added to your quick button list. For number 10, ingest service. Now I've covered this quite a bit on my channel, but this gives you the ability to send video from an external device into Moblin. To do that, settings, ingest. Now they've got a whole bunch of ingests here. So far, I think I've only covered RTMP server ingest, and that's what you'd use to send a video from, let's say, an action camera like the DJI Action 4, Action 5 Pro, 6, the Pocket 3, various other cameras that use RTMP to transfer their video over a wireless connection. But there's also SRTLA, SRT. So let's say you've got maybe an Android phone that you want to send a video from that into Moblin. On a related note, for number 11, we've got DJI devices, which I've also covered on my channel. And it's just a really quick way of connecting to one of DJI's devices. Now, I've got a couple in here all related to the Action 4 and the Pocket 3. and they're pre-configured so that it's going to handle at least the connecting part of the Action 4, for example, to the Moody 7. So it just eliminates that extra step of having to open the Memo app on another phone. And finally, for number 12, I've got OBS remote control. I haven't actually covered this on my channel yet. Gonna have to make a video on it. But basically, when I have the OBS that I use for streaming, I'm going to be able to see what is happening in that OBS. I can see a preview of what the stream will look like. Yeah, I have forgotten a few times to actually press go live in Moblin, and when I look at this, I'll go, oh, wait a minute, there's no video. So it gives you a whole bunch of things to control your stream. Now, I prefer using chat commands, and that's where you could tie into predefined messages. When I use, for example, StreamerBot with OBS, then I can go through a sequence of animations, transitions, things like that I can control. If you're curious about how I'm using chat commands to control my OBS at home, please check out the video on screen. Thanks for watching. See you over there.